So filming by phone, that essentially means no gloves and no whip. Going back old school. Sorry guys, I don't have a stabilizer. It's not something I've ever thought about, to be honest. Now, old school, like true old school, I'd never film like this. I'd film portrait because I was just sticking stuff up on Facebook for friends and stuff. But this, I'm actually trying to get like, well, I guess YouTube footage. I think the perspective looks different. I think it looks more real. I wasn't even going to talk. I was going to just cover it up with music, or I could just put a bit of light music in the background. Come on, let's do more than a walk. Let's do a trot. We've got that bond. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. If this was Beau, I wouldn't do it so confidently. Lara does spook her stuff, but my body just stays with her a lot easier than it would if it was Beau. And that's the horse that I used to compete on, BS 90. Well, technically it was unaffiliated, but the venues we used to compete at, so it wasn't Trailblazers, they had the full British show jumping rules. Northcote Stud Church Farm, they were owned by show jumpers and everything was full up. Anyway, forget that, we're not here to talk about that. Let's stick to present day. Right, I'll meet you guys. Bring it back. So I've got her on the buckle with one hand. Good girl. There, I'm actually pointing the phone down myself. It hasn't just dropped down the way a GoPro would. Yeah, the colours look vibrant, but they look real. Everything looks real. I reckon this phone footage looks more like, if it was to emulate an action camera, anyone that's got one out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I reckon it's more like a DJI. So apparently DJI footage is flatter, but apparently that's supposed to be more realistic. And GoPro footage is supposed to be, and one of the reasons people like the GoPro, and I know lots of people don't, but the people that do, it's supposed to be more cinematic. Yeah, so cinematic being more vibrant colours, but I know people have got their icks about GoPro. I mean, you see, because I'm not one of these, I mean, I had an action camera. Okay, she's looking at something there. Yeah, so they've, anyway, I mean, icks, like, I don't know, they talk about the battery, it doesn't last that long. Well, okay, so we're just walking on the buckle. I mean, to be honest, on a lot of hikes, I do have her on the buckle, a lot, but not like this. This is just complete namby-pamby. Normally I do, you know, I do have a bit of a contact, long and low. But according to Ryan Rose, this is what really helps develop a horse's confidence. You're not controlling every single move. And to be honest, I do that all the time anyway. I do love to do things with a contact, but I don't have a school, and you get sick of doing it all in straight lines. Sometimes you actually want a school properly. Right, so this is much more of a sort of footage on a helmet perspective, because that's right, so when I've got the GoPro on, it's on my chest, it's basically down there. Her neck is not nearly as long as that the GoPro makes it look. She's a short-necked flat racer, which I love, but I suppose they're all long-necked compared to every other breed. And here I wasn't going to yap. I'll be honest, if I was taking her somewhere that she didn't like, I don't know if I would film it so much on the phone. I've now got both hands holding the phone. So she I'll be honest, old school, I never did it this much. I did it for like 20 seconds and that was it. She's wanting to trot here, and I'm trying to... If I let my hand go off the rein, she's just going to start trotting. Come on! Come on! Fella. So the next day, a day before she's due a dental with a vet, her shoe slides over to one side, and that's the last thing I needed. Anyway, I just thought I'd insert the videos that I sent my farrier so that you can have a look as well. So anybody that saw my community post will know that the dental sedation for Beau did not go as planned. Anyway, he's through the worst part now, and I've only inserted the footage because I've got the success footage immediately afterwards. So like I said, he's through the worst part and he's more or less just looking like a normal sedated horse now. My baby, not you. Did you give us a scare yesterday? So I couldn't get a video of them all cantering in. Nobby trotted up, but to be quite honest, Beau was quite warm in that rug that he was in. It's a 50 gram, but for him, that's yeah, he was quite warm in that. But as you can see, he's wide awake and chirpy. So obviously he was nothing like that yesterday, but you'd think you'd expect it, but no, it wasn't the normal reaction to a sedation. It was not right. So yeah, he's super happy, super chirpy now. Fella, come here. Fidgety.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go easy, easy.
Hi guys, I just wanted to put something out there for you. So I've just read a post by this lady, number of posts like that actually, and she's just said that basically, so she's been around her horses her whole life, and it's just getting to the point where she just feels like she can't carry on anymore, the relentless work every single day. You take a day off, it's double the work the next day. So I just wanted to know, is there anyone out there that feels like this? So I'm coming up to 20 years with horses without a break, like with no break whatsoever. This summer was amazing for the simple fact it was the first time in 4 years I'd had 2 days off a week. So coming up to 20 years with horses without a break. Now before that I had breaks of not much, like a couple of years here and there, a year or two here and there. I was loaning horses, things like that. But the breaks were never that long. It would be, like I said, a year or two, and then back to my childhood, just with horses all the time. Had my own horse as well. But this is the longest stretch. the work is relentless. We love them. But does anybody else out there feel like that? Especially when you're not on a livery yard, you don't get any help. And I've seriously thought about bringing sharers in to help, but they'd really need to be competent. Drop in the comments if anybody's got any advice on anything like this. Cheers. Right guys, there's no other way to put it. This week has been the most minging, monsoon, miserable filled week from hell. And today was just like a piece of heaven from the skies above. It was just absolutely glorious. And we up here needed it so badly. Puh. So I was going to finish up with a absolutely gorgeous blue sky ride out with Lara, which I did today. But it was just getting too long. It turned into a vlog in itself. So I'm going to put that out next week. And if you're there to catch me, basically, she decks me good and proper. So if you do catch us next week, you'll see Lara decks me. He didn't recognise you in the jacket. Bye guys, see you next week.